Rock and Roll Hall of Fame night for Dancing with the Stars. They just said the White Stripes are going to be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame now, and I actually did choreography to one of their songs. I love the White Stripes. That's just totally a side note. I digress. Dylan Efron's going first. He messed up. Also, maybe it's because he's really tall. He's not really snapping back and hitting everything as precisely as I feel like it should be hit. I think that this might be his hardest dance and not the Paso Doble or whatever was last week. This looks like it's a bit of a struggle for him. Why did he seem to get more into it and gain more confidence when he opened his shirt? The ending seemed more practiced and more together. Yeah, I give it an 8. Derek said, when in doubt, get your abs out. And yeah, I think it was kind of a mess until that happened. I don't think anybody's surprised Flavor Flav gave that a 10. I'm not sure if he's going to give anything other than 10s, but I love his energy. Whatever. Alex next. This show is so messy having all 3 top couples do the same style dance. There's a second of, I feel like maybe just I can't even say messiness. It seemed a little bit messy, and it seemed like on her face you kind of had a little smirk ooh. So it looked maybe like that happened. But this is so good. That was so hot and so good. I want to say 9 because I didn't like it as much as last week, and it felt like a little bit of ooh in there. And I don't know Paso Doble that well, so maybe 9. But if they gave Derek a 10, then they better give this a 10. I'm looking at you, Flavor Flav. That definitely deserved all 10s. I don't know what the heck Flavor Flav is thinking. Even though I said I would have given it a 9. It just doesn't make sense with his last score. Andy's turn. I love you, Andy, but so far we can really see the difference. And I love contemporary, and there's not a lot of moves happening so far yet. This is so sweet and cute, and he's doing a great job and hitting all the steps and everything, but there's just not that many steps. It's not that difficult, and there's not a lot of technique and finesse in the hands or feet. I give it a 6, but that was really sweet, and I'm sorry. If Flavor Flav gives him a 10, I'm gonna die. It's criminal that Flavor Flav gave him the same score as Alex. All right, Whitney, I am ready to love this. This is not as hot as Alex's Paso Doble, but I think I actually like this one better. I don't know why. I love that one. Whitney hasn't been my favorite lately, and she's a really good dancer, and I feel like I love that one. 10 out of 10. I don't know what Carrie Ann's talking about. I didn't see a stumble, but maybe I'll go back and watch it. Well deserved. Danielle's next. She's doing contemporary, and I'm a little bit nervous because I tend to be a little bit hard on this. I love her hands. I don't know if they've always been this good, but this week they look beautiful. This beginning part, I loved her hands. She needs to breathe through and between her movements. She needs to, hit the pose that she's hitting with those beautiful hands and move into the next one instead of here and then here, if that makes any sense. Does that make sense? Getting to this lift was a little bit messy, and I went, oh! I was worried for a second there, but they got it. I give it an 8. Elaine's back! Yay! I was sure that she dislocated a rib, but just because that's happened to me before, and that happened to my friend in rehearsal before, but apparently she just strained a muscle. Not just, but I'm glad she's back. I do not know the Viennese waltz very well, but this is very beautiful so far. Her port-a-bras is delicious. There's a lot of content in this dance, and she is doing a great job at it. Sweeping, moving across the floor, taking up space. The port-a-bras is beautiful. I give that a 10 out of 10, and that's my first 10 for Elaine, and she totally deserves it. 10 out of 10. Flavor Flav on this one. I do not know why the judges are not giving her a 10 on this one. She is as old as Andy is. She is in heels, and she's injured, and that was amazing. 10 out of 10. It should have been all 10. Jordan's little beginning with the booty shake. I'm excited to see her dance. I'm so sad that she feels defeated about her scores because they were just wrong. As a contemporary choreographer and dancer who has trained for many years, the judges were just wrong last week. But I am very excited that this week she's going to focus on the showmanship in the face, because I feel like that's the one thing that maybe somebody like Whitney has over her. So I'm excited. Those Shanae turns were so fast. I am going to lose it about the arms and Shanae turns. This entire season, nobody has had even decent arms during their turns, and I'm frustrated. I loved the energy. It wasn't quite giving the face that I was hoping for, but she still delivered. There was still lots of face. I love the booty shaking. I love the energy. I'm gonna give it a 9. I just loved last week so much more, and it was so difficult. And this was difficult too, but like gymnastics difficult and not maybe dance difficult. I liked the scores that they gave for her. I felt like it was fitting, and I am still really mad about the scores they gave her last week. Robert's next. The beginning was a little bit off with the flag, but fabric moving is hard to look in time, and a prop is really hard to do, even as a professional dancer. Most of the time, on any sort of time crunch, like getting something done in a week, especially in a group with other people, you just don't do a prop. So that's highly difficult, but it wasn't very good. The shaping is amazing. He did a great job with that. I can tell how much he practiced. His feet are still bothering me a little bit. I feel like that's so hard for a guy. I feel like he did a great job with that. I'm still gonna go for me 8 out of 10. They're definitely gonna give it a 9 or a 10, but for me I think that was an 8 out of 10. I'm just looking at the hands and the feet, and it's just throwing me off a little bit, and the beginning timing, but he just had so much power, and the shaping was really beautiful, so 8. He totally deserved those 10s and the 9s. I just think that there were too many mistakes from me, so that's why I gave it an 8. Team dances are next. Team Chicago's first, and I'm really excited because they're going to do the Carlton with Carlton. Also, I'm excited for this one because it's got the Blues Brothers as a motivation and a Blues Brothers type of interpretation, and every single kid that has gone through competition at a young age has done the Blues Brothers for tap or something. I love that everybody's getting their own little moment, but the beginning did not draw me into it being a group dance yet. This choreography does not feel cohesive to me. I like the Blues Brothers theme with the costumes and the riffs and the like kind of ska rock and roll flair to the music. I'm just not getting it yet. Nobody missed any steps, nobody messed anything up. It just kind of felt sloppy, and I think that was a choreography issue and not an execution issue. Yeah. But I liked the Carlton part though. That was really cute. I would score this an 8, but I loved everybody's dancing. I loved the idea. I'm gonna score it an 8. They gave it all 10s. They gave it all 10s. I don't know why. It was fun. I don't get it. I do not think that that deserved the best score of the night so far. I'm not trying to be mean or anything. It wasn't a bad dance. I do not think that it deserved the best score of the night so far. Team Cool is next. And I haven't seen it yet. I'm just watching the package, the little beginning part where they're rehearsing, and it already seems like a more cohesive piece. It seems more like a story. Julian's talking about dancing with different partners and they're moving together. It looks more like a cohesive piece of choreography than the last one. Andy is so cute right here. They did a great job with Julian starting it. This does seem more like a story to me, and I'm really excited. It seemed a little bit rushed and sloppy in some places, especially in like the couples area, but it also seemed like a more cohesive dance and piece of choreography altogether. I liked it a lot more. It was a lot more entertaining. I give it a 9. Why was that less than the last one? Danielle and Tasha. Danielle's final. Oh my god. You guys. I love Andy so much, but I don't think Danielle should have gone home.